This whole system of yours could be on fire, and I couldn't even turn on a kitchen tap without filling out a 27B/6.
89.7 KRUI.
Okay, you're listening to KRUI in Iowa City. It's 89.7 FM on your radio, streaming online at krui.fm. My name is Justin Comer. The show is called iHearIC Radio. It's about local music and other types of local art. I play music on the show, I talk to people, sometimes people even perform in the studio. I've been doing this for a while now. I was gone last week, but this is the 107th episode 107. So there's 106 previous occurrences of iHearIC Radio that you can check out online. It's all up there. You can check out iHearIC.com if you're interested in that. But we got an important guest today. Let me read a little bit of biographical information before I bring this artist into the show on mic. Prodagy is a singer, rapper, sound engineer, music producer, and songwriter currently residing in Iowa City, Iowa. His style takes the foundation of rap and hip-hop and infuses it with that of rock, afro-pop, and soul. Prodagy's new age sound is eclectic and captivates listeners worldwide. Most fans check Instagram and Facebook for Prodagy's latest updates. Prodagy released his latest single, 100K, in March 2019 across music platforms worldwide. Prodagy's music career began in Minneapolis, Minnesota. In middle school, he participated in rap battles and shared his first recordings on cassette tapes with his friends. He then relocated to his hometown for high school in Ghana and learned about studio production. Prodagy continued to participate in rap battles and performed his first singles as Prodagy at high schools throughout the region. He journeyed back to the States for college, determined to create more music and collaborating with multiple local artists. He was given the opportunity to perform at Star University's Midwest Lit Fest in April of 2017. He recently toured Eastern Iowa in February of 2019. Prodagy released his first hit single, Stages, worldwide while attending the University of Iowa in October of 2017. And I've got him sitting across from me now. Hello, Prodagy.
Yo. How's everybody doing? How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty well. How have you been?
I've been great, man. Life's good.
Yeah. For those who have not been following the show, Prodagy performed on our February live show at the Yacht Club on the 13th. And I played a bit of his music before and after that on the radio show.
Indeed.
But this is his first time here for this show. You were on a Moment with Divine recently as well. So
yes, indeed.
This is not your first time at KRUI, but first time with me. So it's very important.
Yeah, I'm going to cherish it.
Okay, so it's March now. It's starting to get warmer. How do you feel about the weather?
Oh, man, it's a blessing.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm just soaking it up.
How long have you been in Iowa?
Man, I've been in Iowa about like 6 years or more, I think.
So you've experienced some harsh winters.
Oh, yeah. I'm originally from Minnesota.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Those can be even harsher.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on this show, I don't like to prepare a whole bunch of questions beforehand. I prefer to just sort of let a natural conversation occur. Yeah. So if at any time you want to like derail things, bring in your own information, feel free.
Sounds good.
So it says here that you have, you recorded your first recordings on cassette tapes that you shared with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Do those cassette tapes still exist? Do you know?
They do not exist.
That's too bad.
I wish they existed, but nah, they don't exist, unfortunately. I had some pretty fire songs on those cassette tapes.
Yeah? Do you remember like any titles or anything?
Gunshots in my head. That's the only one I remember. Apart from that,
It's a pretty striking title.
yeah.
Was it metaphorical or like actual gunshots in your
Actual
head?
gunshots. Like, okay, so it basically, like the neighborhood I was living in back at that time, like I would hear a lot of police sirens and gunshots, and you wouldn't know where it's coming from. And me at that tender age of like 12, 13, I just wrote about what was in my environment. Stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, and this was in Minneapolis?
This was North Minneapolis.
Yeah. I've been up there a little bit. It's kind of a like really segregated city from what I've seen.
Yeah, man.
How long were you in Minneapolis?
I was there for like 10 years or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you were in Ghana before and after?
No, I just went there just one time.
Oh, okay.
Not before and after.
Okay.
So it was just I just went there to stay with my grandmother during high school time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never been outside of the United States, so I'm a little curious about Ghana. So
okay.
What can you tell me about Ghana?
Ghana is a country in sub-Saharan West Africa. Population of about 20 million.
Okay.
It's one of the first countries in Africa as a whole to get its independence from colonial rule. And it's very hospitable. No recent wars or anything. The weather's great.
Yeah.
It's good. People are nice. Yeah.
All right. That sounds nice.
Yeah.
And you were just there briefly for high school?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was like a 4 to 5 year run.
Mm-hmm. It says in your bio that you performed at high schools throughout the region.
Yeah.
So what kind of like tour situation were you looking at there?
Yeah, just any high school I could get the opportunity to go perform, like via like people that were in charge of like the entertainment and stuff at that high school, like other students who were part of the committees and stuff. I'll just go there and they would would talk it up and they would allow me to perform, and I'll just take the opportunity. It was real fun. Like just any entertainment opportunity they had, I would just go and just take it by the horns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was this like during the school day?
No.
Or just sort of using the building as a venue?
Yeah, I always forget like the way things were there is kind of different. Like there, the high school system was more of like a boarding system. So it's basically like if you're like the students would still be there.
They're there
like
all the
Saturday,
time.
Sunday. Yeah.
Okay.
So if I went there on Saturday and they're having like an entertainment thing going on,
Got it. Okay. So this is like they need entertainment because they're stuck at school all the time.
Absolutely.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. And are you currently a student?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No, I'm not currently a student.
Okay.
No.
Neither am I. So you came back to the States to go to college?
Yeah, I came back and I attended the University of Iowa here and studied anthropology.
Anthropology. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about anthropology. I don't know anything about human beings, so give me the basics on anthropology. What's studying anthropology like?
Anthropology is a study of like humans pertaining to like their culture, linguistic values, and also, anatomical value, properties too. So, basically just study of like human life in the past and using that data to see where we're moving forward,
Okay. And do your anthropological studies influence or inform your music in any way?
Yeah. I also study nursing too.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it does. Like just everything I like, really, I'm not like when I make my music, I'm not trying to pickpocket off like something. Like really, it's just my experiences incorporated, into the music, like what I see or how I've been affected by something. Like many people don't know this, but I make the best music when I'm very angry. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just outright mad at something and then with a paper and pen. So I guess I just direct my energy that way.
Yeah, that's kind of true for me as well. Like I I'm a composer. I make music, but it's mostly like instrumental or noise kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The only times I've really felt like I'm good at writing lyrics or like I have that motivation is when I'm angry about something.
Yeah, man. It's a great outlet. I mean, more positive than other ways to.
Oh yeah. I mean, I could just be breaking windows or
right. Yeah. Shout out to your music aspect. I remember watching you at the show.
Oh right, we
with Jaeger.
performed the same show. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That was some great stuff.
Thanks.
I hopefully I can see you and Jaeger sometime, man. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that I have this studio over on North Liberty. It's called Music for Life Studios.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about your studio a little bit. How long have you had a studio?
I've had it for about since the beginning of the year now. It officially opened. It officially opens today.
Oh, great!
But the business week starts Monday.
Right.
Though.
Yeah.
And
so grand openings today. Business starts tomorrow.
Correct. Sorry, the Sunday just threw me off. But with that being said, yeah, it's a creative space just to help, especially the youth. I feel like there's a saying, like the devil finds something to do for like idle minds and stuff like that. So it's a creative space where basically you can just come and just hone in on your talent. Just a lot of relation building and network building, and the sound is pretty, quality and innovative. So I recommend whoever is into music and wants to get their stuff recorded, or just wants to just bask in the the musical environment.
Spirit.
Yes. I really
You said that's
recommend.
Music for Life?
Yeah.
Is that the name? Okay.
Music, the number 4 and Life. It's 420 East Zeller Street, North Liberty. You can't miss it.
420, huh?
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
So what kind of music are you hoping to record there? What kind of people do you want hanging around?
Oh man,
for
just
life.
really, I don't even care about what you like talk about, or whatever. It's just the energy. I just want people that have a good energy, have a good outlook on life, and are just hungry, ready to work. Yeah.
That's something I noticed about your songs that I've heard. The lyrics tend to be pretty positive, kind of uplifting.
Yeah.
Is there a particular reason for that? Do you have a goal with your music?
I'm glad you asked that question. Really, I feel like music is very powerful. Like, first of all, I feel like when you speak, speaking is a form of like, it goes into like your subconscious. Like if you tell somebody repetitively something negative, they may be able to block that out, within their consciousness a few times. But if you repeat it subconsciously, they may accept that. And so like just, writing something out, like spelling, like I feel like you saying something and writing it out is like spell casting and stuff like that in a sense. And so really, and the more you repeat it, like, you repeat choruses and stuff like that, it's like a mantra.
Right.
So it kind of like just like, I feel like in the universe of things, not to get too like woke or spiritual or whatever.
Feel free. We can go as far as you want.
Yeah. I feel like there's a real like boomerang effect on what you put out and how it comes back to you. So I really, and like I've seen just, in our generation, alone, like there's been like a lot of people dying, in the music industry. And there's like a certain type of death culture going on, which I have observed. And, I just think that all in all, I mean, you could talk about whatever you want to talk about, but you got to know that like this reality, kind of, has a karmic value to it. And you kind of just have to kind of watch, your actions and what you say, because those things can return twice as hard sometimes.
Sure. At the very least, we have an effect on our own environment And
correct, you know, and
it's not just on top of us. We're also influencing our surroundings as well.
Yeah. So it's probably not even you, but like somebody else will listen and probably get that energy and take it the wrong way, you know.
Yeah, certainly a possibility. I need to play a PSA real quick, and we'll continue our chat here with Prodagy on iHearIC Radio.
Okay, so 5 tacos of cheese and a large soda. That's $10,012. Please drive around.
Wait, 10,000 what?
It's obvious you're buzzed and driving.
I've only had a few. I'm fine.
Yeah, the food's $12, but getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Please drive around. Actually, just park and come in.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
And we are back. This is iHearIC Radio on KICI. It's a show about local music. My name's Justin, and today I'm joined by local rapper Prodagy.
Yo, what's good?
Before the break there, we were talking about, the positive message that Prodagy puts into his music and the way that he sees our words and actions affecting the people and the environment around us, and how what goes around comes around, that kind of thing. That reminded me of a specific thing that happened at your performance at our last show. You asked the audience, do you think it's a great time to be alive? And the response you got was a little lukewarm.
Yeah. It was, I like doing that. You know, I like asking questions. I'm genuinely intrigued to find out what people will think in such settings and stuff like that, because usually, getting the conglomerate of responses or just the whole body coming back and responding in a certain way, you can kind of it's kind of like a sample of of a certain greater population,
right,
and what's going on out there, And so I'm just really intrigued by it. I'm like, oh, okay, so probably this sample that I'm getting from this place here kind of speaks louder. So with that being said, yeah, man, I was like, I mean, no disrespect to people who may not, but I'm enjoying life every single day.
Yeah.
And I was just coming out with that. And it seems like, there's a lot going on, there's a lot going on. And really, I can attest a lot of it to the density or in the amount of information we receive every day, the amount of information overload, with the avenue of, streaming services, the internet, social media, et cetera, et cetera. It kind of desensitizes us, and it kind of blocks us from the existentiality of what's going on in our surroundings, like in nature and stuff like that. And we're just kind of like boxed into this this mirror type, like our phones and our laptops, and just staring at this, I wouldn't say a reflection, but this, that the color the TV makes when it's off channel. It's kind of like a gray fuzzy. What do they call that?
It's a kind of a static.
Static, yeah. I mean, essentially, that's what we're looking at. And, our brains kind of like, based on the frequency, into colors and pictures. So if you take that all away, we're just looking at, like data all day.
Right.
And it's crazy.
We have constant access to basically all the information and media on Earth.
Yeah.
on a little rectangle in our pocket.
It's a lot.
And yeah, it does desensitize you, because there's a lot of horrible things happening, and you can just read it, and it just becomes data.
Yeah.
And you just take all of it in every day, constantly. And it's just like words now. It's not, you don't actually feel anything.
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
Yeah,
which is what depression is, just like a dampening of all of your emotions.
Yeah.
These are little depression machines. So let me turn the question back to you. Do you think it's a great time to be alive?
Oh, man. I mean, personally, for me, I think it's a great time to be alive. I mean, with the music industry and stuff like that. I mean, it's not it's not a utopian environment, but definitely with the resources available, it's definitely much more, let me just say, easier to get my music from one place to another.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. So in that aspect, you know, I guess there's always going to be things to make you feel a certain type of way. But personally, I just I guess one thing I learned, I don't know who I learned it from exactly, but they said that whoever gets the best of your feelings or your attitude, that's who is the master of you. You know, so whoever like provokes you or makes you angry or makes you sad or depressed or whatever, that's like your master or like your...
They've got some control over you.
Yeah, your Sifu or something. You know, so I try not to let... I'm human. I mean, it happens, but I mean, with that philosophy in mind, I try not to let things get the best of me for an overwhelmingly long period of time because you have to be the master of self at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that is a good point. I call this a depression machine, but it's also the technology and the network we have now allows people like you and me and other, you know, creative people to get their work in front of people without really having to spend any money. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot less effort than used to be involved.
Yeah, definitely two sides to the coin. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So maybe we should play some of your music since we've been talking about you for 20 minutes or so now.
Yeah, man.
I can't play any profanity on the air on a Sunday afternoon, but I do have 3 tracks from your SoundCloud. I've got Carbon, Right Now, and 100K. Okay. And I also have your performance from our live show a couple weeks ago.
Sweet.
And I have those ones censored, so we can play any of those.
Okay.
Do you have any in mind that you would want the people to hear right now?
Roll the dice.
Okay. Let's maybe try Stages. I think that's what you opened with it at our show, right? Okay. So let's play a little bit of Stages by Prodagy, and then we can maybe talk about it afterwards. So this was performed live February 13th at the Yacht Club as part of the iHearIC show. Here's Stages by Prodagy.
Stages.
It's not about what you think anymore. It's about what we got in store. In the past we were asking, now we break open that door. Now we ain't talking no more. No, we're descendants of the Moors, taking back what's mine and yours.
Taking back what's mine and yours.
Yeah, mama with that low pay, make sure real fast that we okay. In this world with low compassion, with low ration come more aggression. It's a choice. Who are you? What you do with your actions? Just be true to you and how you feel. I'll be spitting that real. Yeah. Just bob your head up and down like this. Up and down like this. Up and down like this. Yeah. Like this. Like this. You already know, man, I ball like this. You already know, man, I work like this. You already know, man, I cry like this. When you laid your ass to sleep, you already know, man, I'm up like this. Trying to get myself out the cut like this. If you got the knowledge, better act like it. If a teacher teach, better test that. If a pastor preach, you better quote that. Double check who wrote that. I'm the truth. Yeah. And you know that we don't fake that. Conscience on another level, trying to resist the devil. Please, God, don't cease forgiving me for my sinning. Black man with melanin, the woman is a goddess. I am African, unapologetic, and you're American. Yeah, rock with me now, rock with me now, rock with me now, rock with me now. Better mark it on the wall, known international. The universe will call. With my afro growing tall. With a backpack, never lack that. With my face backs, if you trespass, when the days pass, you will chase that. Try to face that, double lace that. Try to keep that when I smash that. But we keep growing strong. 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 All I can see is bars. All I can see. All I can see is bars. All I can see. All I can see is bars.
All I can see.
Yeah. Rock with me now, rock with me now, rock with me now, rock with me now.
It's all I can see.
Yeah.
Said it's all I can see. Yeah. Ooh.
That was Stages,
Yeah.
recorded live at the Yacht Club, February 13th by Prodagy, who I've got in front of me here. I should also note that Candace Smith was your backup singer for that
Yeah.
performance. She's
Shout
in the
out
room. She's not on the mic, but
Shout out to Candace.
yes, shout out to Kansas. Candace. I think I said Kansas. Sorry. And what was your DJ's name again?
Jude.
Jude. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So tell me a little bit about that song.
Yeah, so that song has to deal with basically an awakening, sort of, off of the mind of, the kind of like the post-slave mind and into the awakening of a more free mind and stuff like that, with knowing your history, knowing where you come from, basically a little pinch of just me and aspects of my work ethic are in there. And just another pinch of like, my philosophy with the woman being a goddess and, certain spiritual aspects, and a last pinch of like mass incarceration and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I may have missed the mass incarceration part.
Oh, the mass incarceration was all I can see is bars.
Got
Those
it.
are
Okay.
prison
I was going to
bars.
ask you about that lyric. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, bars like rapping.
Oh yeah. Hey, up to interpretation.
Yeah. It's got multiple meanings. It's a good line, actually.
Thank you.
So, what do you know about your own history?
Man, it's since the beginning of time.
You can trace it all the way back.
Homo erectus, But yeah, it's basically. I don't even know how to answer that question.
Sure, it's a big question.
Yeah, I know a lot. I mean, I studied anthropology and history.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean, like what time period? Like,
I mean, like your family history. Like how far back do you know about your own
okay
lineage?
Yeah, like basically, I believe my family is from like the Ashanti Kingdom in West Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess that lineage, like I did some research and I read that the Ashanti Kingdom, they migrated from the old Ghana Empire, and that was once fused with the Songo Empire? I forget, or the Senegal? I don't know. But even if you stretch back beyond that, it just goes all the way back to Egypt,
Mm-hmm.
or East Africa somewhere, the Nubian people. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I think we're all from one place if you look all the way back in history. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we're talking about contemporary history, man, it's so multifaceted. Yeah, but yeah, I learn your history. History is important, kids.
Yeah, I know. I don't know much about history.
Yeah,
of much other than like the U.S. So
I get it.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm interested in knowing more about what you know, but we don't have to dig.
But
we don't have
like
to get too dry
music
about
history,
it, but
right?
Some of it,
like like Beethoven.
Yeah,
stuff,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I studied that in college, so
sure.
I know that guy. I've heard of him.
Okay. Nice.
We could go a little bit into music history since it says in your bio that you are. Let me get the correct wording. Your style takes the foundation of rap and hip hop and fuses it with that of rock, Afro pop, and soul.
Yeah.
So let's start at the beginning with the rap and hip hop part. What kind of rap do you listen to? What did you listen to as a kid that inspired you to do these rap battles and record yourself?
Yeah. Listen to Nas, Jay-Z, 50 Cent, KRS-One. I listen to just a conglomerate of people. I can't even name them all. But yeah, I love listening to a lot of old school music, like what's their name? The one Chuck D and Flavor Flav.
Oh, Public Enemy.
Public Enemy.
Yeah.
I don't know, my mind is stupid. Public Enemy.
They are doing a rally with Bernie Sanders today in California.
Did you hear the comments that Flavor Flav made about Chuck D?
Yeah, well, I know a little bit. I saw that he wrote a cease and desist letter to the Bernie Sanders campaign.
Yeah.
And then Chuck D, basically threatened to kick him out of Public Enemy.
Yeah, disown him or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a family feud.
Yeah, kind of a bummer, but it seems like they're not really on the same page.
Yeah, I hope, politics doesn't ruin anything special that they've had. Because, politics can get nasty.
It can, yeah. It seems like Chuck D is the one who's more into the political side of everything. Flavor Flav is more into entertainment, it seems.
Yeah.
I don't know much about them personally, but I do.
Yeah.
I've listened to quite a bit of Public Enemy.
Flavor Flav. Yeah, it's crazy. So with that being said, I listened to those type of people. And I also loved Bob Marley. I loved a lot of reggae music. And of course, I can't neglect the Ghanaian music. I also listened to, the Afro pop high life, just that type of Afro fusion music. And that really made the base for how I make my music.
Mm-hmm. You've got rock listed here. So who are your rock people?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I listen to a lot of Linkin Park.
Okay.
Green Day, Blink-182. Yeah.
Linkin Park had kind of a fusion thing already. So
with Jay-Z.
Makes totally sense. Yeah.
Yeah. And what's the Gorilla? Is it
the Gorillas?
Gorillas, yeah.
Yeah. With a Z.
Yeah. Love those guys. Yeah. Yeah, man.
All right, maybe we should hear another track.
Go for it.
You pick one.
The one I have in mind has swear words and stuff. So,
well, the ones that you performed live, I have censored, so that's okay.
Oh, okay. 100K.
All right, 100K. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have 100K live. I also have the studio track. Which one should I play?
You could play the studio track.
Okay, cool.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So I got this off of your SoundCloud, which, if anyone's interested, you have plenty of music up there.
Shout out.
I think this was off of a collection called Phoenix.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay.
Phoenix.
What is Phoenix? Is that like an EP or?
Phoenix is a mixtape.
Okay.
That I had earlier that I released on SoundCloud, but I have the album. I have an album coming out called Phoenix Ascending.
Okay.
And that should be out no later than a month's time. I don't want to get the date out yet because you know how it is.
Nearing.
Yes.
Manifestation.
Yeah, you know how it is.
All right. So here's 100K by Prodagy, and then maybe we'll talk more about that album you have coming out.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
All right. Cool. Here's 100K. Whoops. Here's 100K.
If it ain't about money, we don't stay. Hey, hey, hey. If it ain't about money, we don't play. 100K, 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 every day, we don't play, here to stay, we here to stay, concentrate, anticipate, it's okay, to celebrate, payday, my day, do my dance, money dance, Millie rock, my time, we don't talk, 100K, counting all them hundreds for the show, 100K, life-changing numbers like whoa, 100K, run for cover, we about to blow, 100K, God said let it be so, 100K, I'm running for it like a running man, 100K, making money like an African, 100K, melanin dark and handsome, 100K, got the numbers, that's my anthem, 100K, 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 every day, we don't play, here to stay, concentrate, anticipate, it's okay, if it ain't money, we ain't here to stay, If it ain't money, we ain't here to play. Ay.
Nah.
100K. Keep your head up, tomorrow can be a better day. If you're looking to get some figures for better pay, invest in yourself, man, that is the only way. Get your clout up, 100K followers. How you do that, man? By not being a follower. How you get there, man? Hustling and bustling. Then you spice it up, put some brain muscle in. Don't be messing up, we are from the motherland. Black magic, put some hocus in your focus. Try to put me down, but my pineal stay real focused. Resurrected, ancestors and ghosts and son. 100K mantra, that's my damn anthem. 100K, 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 yeah, 100K, every day, we don't play, here to stay, here to stay, concentrate, anticipate, it's okay,
That was 100K by Prodagy. If you're just tuning in, this is iHearIC Radio on KICI. My name's Justin. I'm joined by Prodagy, the artist you just heard. What can you tell me about 100K? It sounds like it's about money. Is that?
Yeah, it's burning up in here, man. It's hot. Yeah. Basically, the song is about financial transmutation at heart, you know. And so, basically, the song has to do with basically that value of mantras again. You know, if you repeat something enough, you create a reality behind it. I feel like 100K is like a value that, like, if you work hard from scratch to like hit that value, you kind of like just rocket from that value moving. I mean, just personally to me. And so I thought of that value, like that 100K value has significance, like whether, notary-wise, like the type of currency you're using, or like the type of, audience, because audience is also a form of, you know, currency too nowadays, you know, with the social media audience or whatever,
Right.
You know, and stuff like that. And so I just based it on it. And, I performed a little, you know, I switched up my flow from the beginning to, you know, the melodic way of, bringing out that message to a really detailed way in the second verse, and just bringing out a blueprint basically. And, you know, a word to the wise is enough.
So if anybody missed it, what is that blueprint? Like, what are the lyrics in that second verse?
Keep your head up, tomorrow can be a better day. If you're looking to get some figures for better pay, invest in yourself, man, that is the only way. Get your clout up, 100K followers. How you do that, man? By not being a follower. How you get there, man? Hustling and bustling. Then you spice it up, put some brain muscle in. Don't be messing up, we are from the motherland. Black magic, put some hocus in your pocus. Try to put me down, but my pineal stay real focused. Resurrected, you see, so basically, it's just talking about like just getting your grind on, getting your hustle on. Make sure you focus on
Staying
content
focused, yeah.
and stuff like that. And I threw in a little spirituality in there. It's coded. Yeah.
So that's from a collection or a mixtape called Phoenix that you put out on SoundCloud. You can find that at soundcloud.com/ProdagySTT. He spells Prodagy with an A, by the way.
Prodagy.
That's right.
For all the grammar fanatics, I know the original Prodagy has an I in it. I did that out of respect, you know, later on finding out that, the Prodagy from Mobb Deep.
Okay.
That was his name, you know, and so out of respect, I just changed mine.
Sure.
To A. So that's all it is.
There's also like an industrial metal band or something called Prodagy. I've never listened, but I know there's a band.
Respect to them too. Man.
And there's STT. That's in a lot of your social media handles.
That's my record label.
Okay.
Straight to the top.
Straight to the top. Got it.
Yeah.
And is this a record label that's associated with the studio that you just are opening now?
It's not directly associated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it just like a personal label, or have you put out other people's music under that?
It's a personal label that basically I'm just managing myself under that label at the moment.
Sure.
But hey, if I do find an artist, hey, bring your music to me. I'm definitely gonna throw you on the label for sure.
Yeah, you could also go straight at the top, like Prodagy.
No pun intended.
So you mentioned that. So Phoenix was the name of that mixtape. You mentioned you have an album that you're working on called Phoenix Ascending.
Phoenix Ascending, yeah.
Ascending, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me about that process.
Oh man, beautiful. You know, as we grow in this business, you know, it's like fine wine. You know, we age and you know, things are just not the same as we move forward. And so, even though some of these tracks, I've been holding on to, like, you know, like Frank Ocean for a long time. I just feel like they've like aged well, you know, like good cheese wine again. And, it's just, now is the time to release, now or never. I'm kind of contemplating between like 8 or 9 songs.
Okay.
But, hopefully there'll be an aspect of me, for everybody, you know, to really grasp on and really take it and enjoy it.
Yeah, so you're hoping for kind of a variety of tracks on this album.
Absolutely.
Okay. So you mentioned that a lot of these are like older tracks you finished. So is this stuff that like this was completed a while ago, or have you done any like updated production on this stuff?
Yes, some of them were completed a while ago. Like, hate to say it, like some were like more than a year old.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
I mean, this kind of stuff does move quick, but I mean,
yeah,
you know, you're an independent artist. You don't really need to be churning out an album every year.
True statement. And some were just produced recently, but all have been like mastered and to like the latest, you know, quality wise for, you know, consumption and stuff like that. So you'll definitely get the best sound out of it, and it's still gonna, hopefully, I hope, touch you in the ways that it touched me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So something we touched on earlier while we were talking, you said you seem to work your best when you're angry.
Yeah.
And another thing we talked about is how all of the music that I've heard of yours seems to be pushing like a very positive message. So I'm wondering how the two align. How does your anger produce this kind of positive music?
Yeah. I guess I just kind of, is the word temper or tamper? I kind of temper my anger with reasoning.
Okay.
When I write. So I guess the anger makes the creative juices come out, and then my reasoning and logic kind of fuse with that to bring birth to, you know, the songwriting and stuff.
So it's sort of like you're talking to yourself in your own anger. Okay.
Yeah, you got it, man.
Okay, that makes sense.
Hey, can you write that down, Candace? Talking to myself, yeah.
Have you ever written any sort of lyrics that are maybe less positive? Like you maybe harnessed your anger in a more negative way?
Dude, like 2013 me. Yeah. You didn't want that life. Like I didn't want that life, man. It was, I had to really reevaluate myself, and I just, you know, I threw all those songs back in the vault. Like,
really?
Yeah. I was just like, that's not the type of energy I want to bring about. And I just came to my senses and recollected myself and was like, you know, I want to be an inspiration, like to the youth and to people who will come after me and people who are my colleagues and stuff like that. And that's not the type of image I'm trying to portray, you know, just talking about, you know, the norms, like in mainstream music, like, yeah. So I didn't want that. So I chose better and I tried better.
So there's kind of an evolution there.
Bingo.
I got to play a Grant spot real quick, but maybe we can get more into your trajectory, like how you evolved yourself.
Yeah.
All right. So here's a Grant spot, and then we'll get back to more conversation with Prodagy.
Support for KICI is brought to you in part by the Englert Theater. The Englert highlights the talents of local performers, artists, ensembles, and also hosts regional, national, and international touring performances. The Englert is located at 221 East Washington Street. For more information, call 319-688-2929 888-2653 or visit www.englert.org.
All right, welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is iHearIC Radio on KICI. It's a show about local music. And today, my name is Justin, by the way. Today, I'm joined by a local musical artist. His name is Prodagy. Well, his name is Mike. Do you mind if I say your real name?
Hey,
this is Mike, everybody.
They're going to find out either which way with TMZ and all that.
Yeah, I mean, there's people with cameras outside the window, trying to spy on us. We've been talking about his music, and right before the break there, we were talking about how he his earlier days, he had maybe less of a positive message. He was a little bit more into the negative aspects of mainstream culture, but he sort of evolved. So I'm curious a little bit about that progression and a little bit about your earlier self.
Yeah.
So when you were like way back in the day, in the bio, it talks about you having rap battles when you were in middle school?
Mm-hmm.
Right. What kind of stuff were you saying then?
Oh man, I'll just talk about people's, mom and them and stuff.
Yeah. So classic rap battle.
Yeah.
material.
Just going in, just a whole bunch of, adolescent fun and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it wasn't anything. It was after high school that I kind of got into like a darker rap scene,
okay.
And then I just got myself out of it real quick. And
so how dark? Like what kind of stuff were you talking about?
Man, getting money the fast way, let's say that. Guns, murder, yeah, man.
Was that a reflection of yourself at all, or was it just sort of a, persona to adopt as an artist?
I'm
not trying to incriminate yourself, but
no, it wasn't a reflection of myself per se. There was a little cap to it, and when I say cap, basically there was a little bit of a farce to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I definitely wasn't shooting at anyone myself.
Well, that's good. It's better to rap about it than actually do it.
But I guess it was just a reflection of, the type of music I was consuming at that time, and the type of music that, the major radio stations and labels were pumping out to kids like me. And I was just repeating that.
Got it. So it was more of like an external influence.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you sort of had to adopt that kind of appearance?
Yeah, I mean that's what people thought was cool. I mean, just look at what's being played now. I felt like people would think like I'm in because I do that type of music, and people would be more accepting if I dumbed down what I was gonna say and made it more violent, more seductive, more just luring in that sense, in that negative fashion and sense, and so. That's why I did it, and so, just young, dumb. And so, but yeah, came back to my senses real quick and saw that all that type of music is agenda based, and there's a huge death culture behind that music that I just couldn't stand by or support anymore.
That makes sense. Yeah. Do you feel it seems like there's becoming like more of a place for a kind of nicer, more positive kind of music in the mainstream. There's also like not as much of a mainstream anymore. Like things seem to be a little bit more fractured than they used to be in terms of the culture we consume. Yeah. You have a lot more choices. There's not just like a one main line of media and entertainment to consume, but you can really like have whatever you want all the time.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I guess I'm just talking about the club scene. That's what I'm talking about. But but outside the club scene, definitely. Yeah.
Do you think there is a place for that kind of more dark, violent, more immoral kind of entertainment?
A place? Can you elaborate, please?
Sure. I mean, like, do you think, is it okay that people are still producing that kind of content? Do you think it should people cut it out? I don't know.
Honestly, I mean, if, this is our entertainment sometimes at the end of the day, you know, and like, really, I just think there should be a balance. Like, I think balance is everything, you know, yin and yang. And so with that being said, I just felt like at the time that I was doing it, there was no balance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, have fun with it. I mean, express yourself to you know, your heart's content. But, apart from everything I explained earlier about the power of it all, I feel like the radio stations and the labels and the industry should be more responsible in what they're pumping out to the youth and have a balance, you know, for the youth and promote the balance more just than trying to make the next dollar off of something that is very very negative. Yeah.
I think that might be the main issue there is the money, because, you know, like, that's what was drawing the dollars. So that's
capitalism.
That's what's going to get pushed the hardest.
Yeah.
Speaking of capitalism, I mean, I feel like the kind of cultural waves are more influenced by politics and the way that we structure and organize our society than the other way around.
Yeah.
Do you feel similarly, or?
Yeah, I feel exactly the same way. You know, it's basically just a reflection of our society. Basically, like on the drive here, I was thinking like we passed by the mall here, and I was just looking at the shops, and I can invite other people to do this too, like on your spare time. Just go like to your local like the biggest mall in your area, and the shops that are the most filled up, that's a reflection of our society, basically. Like the things people are buying and stuff like that. So basically the music is too.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. What store did you see with the most business?
Sports shops like activewear and stuff like that, and you know, gun shop.
Which mall has a gun shop?
Is it whatchamacallit? Coral Ridge Mall.
There's a gun shop there?
Yeah, if you go to it's not a gun shop on its own, but it's what's it called? Shields?
Oh, like a hunting, like
the gun range,
big,
the
giant store there. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I mean,
there are guns there. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, but you know, like just study that. You know, where people eat and stuff like that, the type of foods and stuff. Like that's just a reflection. And more so ever, I feel like where we are now, we as Americans, we really love entertaining ourselves with other people's culture. I feel so. So that's also another thing to look at. It's interesting.
Okay. Do you have an example of that?
As I said, you go to the mall and you see the foods, like you see like other cultural foods being eaten there, like from, you know, Vietnamese food, Korean barbecue to like Italian to like South American foods, you know, galore.
Yeah. We are into entertaining ourselves with food that is different to us, I guess. I don't know how to put that.
Oh yeah.
Like to some people, like this is just sustenance.
Yeah.
This is the food they eat their whole lives. To us, it's fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, we are reaching kind of the end of the program. Do you have anything that you need to plug that people listening need to know about?
Yeah. Basically, the album is coming out pretty soon. I don't want to mention a date, but get prepared for that. Phoenix Ascending. The studio is up and running for all potential music artists, including yourself. And,
thanks.
I contacted Jaeger,
right? Yeah.
And so hopefully you two pass by.
Yeah, we've been like out of town and busy a lot the last couple of weeks, but hopefully we'll have time for that soon.
Absolutely, nice. And so people can pass by. Once again, it's 420 West Zeller Street, North Liberty. Pretty nice place and good vibes. And so, and apart from that, I'm just, I just keep working on, my music at the end of the day. So basically, yeah.
Nice. And where can people find you online?
They can find me on any social media platform. Prodagy STT. That's PRODAGY STT.
And you're up on all the like major streaming services as well with your music.
I'm particularly active on Instagram.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, so you can find him there. If you enjoyed our conversation today, there's plenty more Prodagy to enjoy. I have a few things I need to plug real quick. So a few shows happening in the area that you may be interested in. Tonight, Ligament, that's Will Yeager, who we were just talking about, along with Annika Kildegard, who's also been on this program before. They'll be performing a recital entitled Music for Voice and Double Bass, simply enough. It's at Voxman Music Hall. It's tonight at 7:30. And then looking forward to the rest of the week on the 6th, Greg, it's either Rekis or Rakis. Sorry, I didn't learn how to say your name before I got on the mic. Along with Tim Holhouse, Denny Richards, Ben Roller, and Trophy Wives. They'll be at Gabe's. That's an early show, starts at 6, and that's on the 6th again. And this weekend, the music school is hosting the Midwest Graduate Music Consortium at Voxman. That's on the 6th and 7th. There's a whole bunch of stuff. If you go to mgmc2020.wordpress.com, you can find all the details about that. A few personal plugs. Wombat, that's Will and I, along with our friend Carlos Cotallo Solares, will be performing at the Trumpet Blossom along with Jean-Francois Charles and Gabby Vanek. The show starts at 9. And that's kind of a prelude to our trip down to Missouri. Wombat will be playing at Moxsonic at the University of Central Missouri in Warrensburg, Missouri on the 7th, this Saturday at 8:30 p.m. If you go to moxsonic.org, you can find more details. If you happen to be listening to the show from Missouri, which is unlikely. This month, our next live show is March 27th, 8 p.m. at the Yacht Club, featuring performances by Mark Riome, Aligned at Variance, Mechanical Ditch Digger, and Thieves. And looking forward to the rest of the spring. The next dates are April 24th and May 15th. There's a video of our February show up on the iHearIC Patreon. Next Sunday, I'll be back here in the studio on March 8th with Carlos Cotallo Solares. We'll be talking about music in Philadelphia, which is where Carlos lives now. This, of course, assumes that we make it back from Missouri alive without any car accidents on the way home. But that'll be at 3 p.m. as usual. If you can't get enough of iHearIC, they do play older episodes on KICI on Tuesday and Friday nights at 8 p.m. You can find their full schedule at KICIradio.org. And in general, if you like the stuff you heard today, you want to learn more about iHearIC, we have a website, iHearIC.com. And there you'll find links to our Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Patreon, Instagram, Bandcamp, iTunes, Google Play, Mixcloud, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and Spotify profiles. If you look in the episode description for every episode of iHearIC Radio, you'll find links to all of the artist profiles, all their social media, all their SoundClouds, all their Bandcamps, all that stuff. So if you heard something you like, you can find more of it by checking the episode description. And lastly, if you need to get in touch with me, if you have music you'd like me to hear, play on the radio perhaps, if you want to get involved with the show in any way whatsoever, the best way to reach me is via email, iHearIC@gmail.com. Okay. Those are my plugs.
Yeah. I just want to say thanks again for the opportunity at the show and here too. I really appreciate it. And I wish whatever you do the best and success.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah. Thank you for performing and thank you for joining me here in the studio today.
Thank you.
I wish you nothing but success as well, of course. Do you have a track you'd like to close the show on?
We can do Carbon.
Carbon, okay.
Yeah. No. Let's do what's the one I just read? Tequila.
Okay. I have the live version of this,
which
is censored, so we can play it on the show. All right, so here's Tequila. This was recorded live February 13th at the Yacht Club. This is by Prodagy with Candace on the background vocals and Jude as the DJ. And after that, we'll be out of here. So thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Everybody in Iowa City, please have a good week, and we'll see you next time. Here's Tequila.
They say that misery love company. I woke up with a kid epiphany. I am in love with an ebony. I am my own worst enemy. Your body is a special specimen, and I like my mocha with some cinnamon. said she felt it in her abdomen. I made her scream, yeah, yeah, yeah. In the limousine, yeah, yeah. I am your vitamin, yeah, yeah. Acetaminophen, yeah, yeah. An addiction, yeah, yeah. Slept on a Monday, woke up on a Friday, almost late for class. Just another college kid, someday I will pass this. 2 parking tickets on my f***ing window. Can I get a lighter? Now I'm f***ing higher. Everyone a liar when your money higher. In this society, so much jealousy, cause I'm on fire. In the club going high, I lift my people up high. An addiction, an addiction, in the club going high, I lift my people up high. An addiction, an addiction, when it's all said and done, when we move past the fun, nobody really ever knows where our path goes. Let the sunlight hold back the dark. Together we expose what we reap, we sowed. Pay back what we stole. Pay back what we owe. Let my life unfold, coming out of the cold. Tequila, tequila. In the club going high, I lift my people up high. An addiction, an addiction, in the club going high, I lift my people up high. An addiction, an addiction, oh, so high, ooh. Thank you.
You see, something's going to happen.
What's going to happen?
The Sound Alternative.
Something wonderful.
89.7 KRUI.
You're listening to KRUI, Iowa City.